Every morning is a fresh invitation to begin again, not just in body, but in spirit. Long before the noise of the world reaches you, before your phone lights up with messages, before responsibilities start pressing on your shoulders, there is a quiet window of peace, a sacred pause between the world of dreams and the weight of reality. In Buddhist teachings, this early moment is not random or small. It's a doorway. It's a chance to gently shape the entire energy of your day. What you tell yourself in this opening space has the power to either build inner peace or scatter it. Words are not just sounds, they are seeds, and in the stillness of morning, when your mind is soft and receptive, the seeds you plant go deep. The Buddha once said, "We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think." This is not just philosophy, it's a blueprint for how to live. What you think, you begin to feel. What you feel, you begin to believe. And what you believe, you carry into every interaction, every decision, every moment. Today, I want to guide you through 5 deeply powerful affirmations that you can speak to yourself every morning. 1. I am here, and this moment is enough. The greatest gift you can offer yourself at the beginning of each day is your full presence, your undivided awareness that you are alive, breathing, and here. In today's world, most people wake up and immediately feel pulled in every direction. Their minds start racing before they even open their eyes. Thoughts of unfinished tasks, problems from yesterday, deadlines, worries about the future, they all come crashing in like waves. Without even realizing it, we begin the day already stressed, already distracted, already lost in a world that doesn't exist yet. But in Buddhism, we are gently reminded that peace is never found in the past or future. It's only ever found in the present. Not 5 minutes from now, not when your phone stops buzzing, not when your work is done, but right now, in this breath, in this body, in this moment. When you say to yourself, "I am here and this moment is enough," you are choosing to stop running. You are choosing to press pause on the mental noise and return to your own center. You're not trying to solve all your problems at once. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just allowing yourself to be without pressure, without judgment. You sit with the gentle light coming through your window, the warmth of your blanket, the quiet rhythm of your breath. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to perform. You don't need to reach for something far away. The peace you're searching for is already hidden in the stillness you usually skip. This one simple sentence is powerful medicine for the soul. It reminds you that you are not your worries. You are not your to-do list. You are a living, breathing being, and that's enough. When you begin the day rooted in that truth, everything that follows carries more calm, more clarity, and more intention. The world will still move quickly, but you don't have to. You can walk through your day grounded, awake, and gently anchored in the present. And that, truly, is the beginning of a peaceful life. 2. I will move through this day with compassion. Compassion is not just about being kind to others. It's about choosing to respond to the world with softness, even when it feels hard. It's about deciding, before the day even begins, that you will carry warmth in your heart, no matter how cold the world might feel. When you wake up and tell yourself, "I will move through this day with compassion," you're not just making a kind wish. You're planting an intention that will shape how you see, feel, and act in every situation that comes your way. In Buddhist teachings, compassion is one of the most powerful virtues. It doesn't mean you ignore your pain or let others walk over you. It means you stay rooted in empathy, in understanding, and in the deep truth that every being, yourself included, is carrying some unseen struggle. Most people go through their days reacting out of frustration, impatience, or judgment, not because they are bad, but because they are hurting or overwhelmed. When you move through your day with compassion, you start seeing these emotional outbursts not as attacks, but as cries for help. You begin to listen more deeply, speak more gently, and respond more wisely. And this doesn't just apply to others, it starts with you. Self-compassion is the foundation. You will have moments today when you forget something, make a mistake, feel low, or lose your temper. Instead of scolding yourself or sinking into guilt, you'll pause and say, "It's okay, I'm learning, I'm human." You'll give yourself the same kindness you give to a close friend. That one shift can completely transform your emotional health. By setting this intention in the morning, you're choosing to make your inner world a place of safety, not just for others, but for yourself. You are promising to carry a calm presence through your actions, your words, and your energy. You're telling the universe that you're not here to compete, criticize, or control. You're here to connect. And when you lead with compassion, life becomes lighter. People open up to you more easily. Tensions soften. Your mind feels more at ease. And most importantly, you begin to live in alignment with the deepest truths of who you are. Because at your core, you were not made to judge you. You were made to love. 3. No emotion will control me, only guide me. Emotions are a natural part of being human. They rise and fall like waves in the ocean, sometimes calm, sometimes crashing. One moment you feel light and joyful, and the next you're overwhelmed by sadness, anger, or fear. It's easy to believe that these feelings have complete power over us, especially when they arrive suddenly or intensely. But in Buddhist practice, we are taught something deeply liberating. Emotions are not the enemy. They are not something to fight, suppress, or fear. They are messengers. They are signals from within, offering us insight, reflection, and direction. However, they are not meant to sit in the driver's seat of our lives. They are meant to pass through, not to take control. When you begin your day by telling yourself, "No emotion will control me, only guide me," you are making a powerful promise to yourself. You are saying, "I will not let my anger make my decisions. I will not let fear shape my actions. I will not allow anxiety to close the doors I'm meant to walk through. Instead, I will listen. I will observe. I will feel. But I will choose my response with awareness." This simple shift from reaction to observation is the foundation of emotional freedom. The Buddha taught that we suffer not because we feel, but because we cling to those feelings or run from them. Either way, we become trapped. But when you let emotions arise without grabbing onto them, something magical happens. They pass, they teach, and they dissolve. This doesn't mean you pretend to be okay when you're not. It means you learn to sit with discomfort without letting it turn into destruction. It means you can feel sadness without becoming sadness. You can feel anger without becoming cruel. You can feel fear without becoming frozen. In doing so, you reclaim your inner space. You become the observer-the, calm witness to your inner world, rather than a prisoner of every mood and trigger. And as you walk through your day with this awareness, you'll notice that situations that once overwhelmed, you begin to feel lighter. Conversations that once triggered you now unfold with more grace. You no longer ride every emotional storm, you stand beneath it, grounded like a mountain. Remember, your emotions are real, but they are not final. They are visitors, not permanent residents. Let them guide your growth, not dictate your direction. And each time you repeat this morning intention, you strengthen the part of yourself that is steady, clear, and free. There is a quiet but powerful difference between chasing and attracting, between moving through the world with frantic energy and allowing the world to flow toward you in peace. One comes from fear, the other from alignment. One exhausts your soul, the other nourishes it. Every morning, we have a choice. We can either begin the day by rushing after things that we believe will make us wholer. We can return to stillness, to self-respect, to inner harmony, and trust that what is truly meant for us will begin to come, not because we forced it, but because we became ready for it. When you say to yourself, "Today, I will not chase, I will attract," you are not saying that you will sit still and do nothing. You are not avoiding effort. Instead, you are shifting the energy behind your actions. You are moving from desperation to intention. You are releasing the need to prove your worth through how much you can achieve, gain, or control. In Buddhism, this is known as non-striving. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you stop acting from a place of grasping. You start acting from a place of clarity and trust. The truth is, much of what we chase is rooted in a deep fear of lack. We chase success because we think we're not enough without it. We chase love because we fear loneliness. We chase validation because we doubt our own voice. And yet, the more we chase, the more things run away from us. We begin the day with anxiety, comparing our lives to others, scrolling through images of what we think we're missing, and running on a treadmill of expectations. We try to force the world to give us something, thinking that once we have it, we'll feel peace. But peace was never out there. It was never at the end of the chase. It was always behind the stillness we were too afraid to sit with. Buddhism teaches us to be deeply present, and from that presence, to live in alignment with our values, not with our cravings. When we live in alignment, our energy becomes clean. Our actions become pure. We stop creating noise and start creating space. And from that space, something remarkable happens. Life begins to respond to us differently. Opportunities, relationships, insights, they start arriving, not because we demanded them, but because we became ready for them. Just like a flower doesn't chase the bee, but blooms in its own time and allows life to be drawn toward it, we too can bloom inwardly and allow what is meant for us to find us. Attraction begins with intention. It begins with asking, who do I need to become to naturally draw in what I seek? If you want peace, become peaceful. If you want love, become loving. If you want success, become disciplined and clear in your purpose. You don't chase the outcome. You become the soil where that outcome grows. When your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony, you begin to attract people and experiences that match your frequency. The chaos of chasing ends. The calm of alignment begins. Telling yourself this affirmation in the morning is a way of resetting your nervous system. Instead of launching into the day with scattered energy, you return to your breath, to your body, and to your truth. You remind yourself that you don't need to beg for anything. What is yours, truly yours, will not require you to lose yourself in order to have it. You no longer waste time convincing others of your worth, chasing people who don't value your presence, or burning yourself out for goals that don't even reflect your heart. You begin to attract from a place of wholeness, not from a void. This approach doesn't mean everything will come instantly. It means that when things do arrive, they will feel right. You won't have to force or chase. The relationship will feel natural. The opportunity will feel aligned. The path will feel peaceful, even if it's challenging. And even when things don't come, you won't fall apart because you no longer measure your worth by what you receive. You measure it by who you are becoming. That is the real gift. So today, walk through the world with quiet confidence. Don't beg for energy that drains you. Don't force doors that are not meant to open. Instead, nourish your spirit. Practice your values. Breathe deeply. Speak kindly. Move intentionally. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to begin attracting what is next. And the more you return to your truth, the more the world will begin to meet you there. Let this affirmation be your anchor. Today, I will not chase. I will attract. Say it with peace, not pride. Say it with softness, not stubbornness. And then carry that energy with you through every task, every moment, every interaction. When you live this truth, not just repeat it, the universe responds. And that's not magic. That's alignment. That's presence. That's the natural law of cause and effect in motion. You are not made to run forever. You are made to rise, to bloom, to be. And when you choose to be fully, wholly yourself, you begin to attract everything that resonates with who you truly are. 5. Every breath is a new beginning. There is something profoundly beautiful and often forgotten about the human breath. It's always there, silently accompanying you through every moment of your life. And yet, because it is so constant, you rarely pay attention to it. You rarely notice the miracle that with each inhale, you are given life again, and with each exhale, you are offered a chance to let go. In the teachings of Buddhism, the breath is not just a bodily function. It is a sacred doorway, a path to awareness, a symbol of impermanence and renewal, a direct reminder that you are never stuck, never fixed, never finished. Each breath you take is a new beginning, a quiet, gentle reset that allows you to return to this very moment with peace and clarity. When you begin your morning by softly whispering to yourself, "Every breath is a new beginning," you offer yourself a gentle form of spiritual grace. In that simple act, you choose to release the weight of yesterday, its mistakes, regrets, and heaviness, and give yourself permission to begin again. You remind yourself that no matter what happened before, this moment is untouched. This breath is unspoiled. You don't need to carry yesterday's anger into today's sunrise. You don't have to bring last week's fears into this morning's calm. You can simply breathe and begin again. This teaching is essential because we live in a world that often convinces us we are trapped by our past. We replay old failures, dwell on words we should have spoken, punish ourselves for missed chances. We fall into the belief that renewal comes only through some grand event, a new job, a new relationship, a new year, something external to signal that it's time to start over. But Buddhism gently reminds us, renewal is not something you wait for. It is something you choose, breath by breath, moment by moment. It's not about changing your outer life first. It begins the moment you return to your inner life. The moment you realize that right here, right now, in this exact breath, you are free to shift how you think, how you respond, how you carry yourself. This doesn't mean the past vanishes. It means the past no longer holds the power to shape who you are becoming unless you allow it. Every breath, every sunrise, every quiet moment is an invitation to begin again, gently, patiently, with compassion for yourself. It means that your past no longer owns you. It means you are allowed to forgive yourself, to let go of harsh self-judgment, and to accept that you are a work in progress. You are allowed to grow gently, not perfectly. If you lost your temper yesterday, you can breathe and begin again. If you fell short of your goals last week, you can breathe and begin again. If you've been struggling to stay mindful, to remain kind, or to keep your hope alive, this breath, right here, right now, is your new chance. Not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because with each conscious breath, your awareness returns. And in that awareness, transformation quietly begins. Breathing consciously is also a way of coming home to yourself, of reconnecting with your body, which so often gets abandoned when stress takes over. We slip into our minds, overthinking, worrying, imagining worst-case scenarios. But the breath, simple, steady, always present, gently brings us back. It anchors us in the now. It reminds us that we are not our racing thoughts. We are the one who notices the thoughts. We are the one who can choose to pause, to soften, to take a breath. And in that moment of pause, everything can shift. That is the quiet power of the breath. It doesn't push, it doesn't demand, it simply waits, an ever-present invitation to return to stillness, to peace, to ourselves. And when you truly understand that every breath is a new beginning, something beautiful happens. You begin to see others differently too. You stop defining people by their worst moments. You hold space for their growth as you hold it for your own. You become kinder, more patient, more compassionate, not only with the world, but with the fragile, beautiful unfolding of your own heart. You stop holding on to grudges. You stop expecting perfection, because you begin to see, in yourself and in others, the same gentle truth. We are all learning, all evolving, all breathing through our own unique blend of pain, joy, and uncertainty. This truth opens the door to compassion. You become softer, more forgiving, more present, not just with yourself, but with the entire world. So the next time you feel overwhelmed or unworthy or stuck, pause. Pause and notice your breath. Notice how it keeps showing up for you without judgment, without condition, even when you are tired, even when you doubt yourself. Notice how it never abandons you, even when you abandon yourself. That quiet inhale is a reminder life is still flowing through you. That soft exhale is an invitation to let go, to release the weight of what no longer serves you. You don't need to fix everything right now. You don't need to have the whole path mapped out. You just need to begin with one breath right where you are. Say it to yourself, softly. Every breath is a new beginning. Say it slowly. Say it with meaning. Let it sink into your bones, into your heart, into the tender spaces within you that have been holding on too tightly. Let it remind you that transformation doesn't always arrive with fireworks or fanfare. Sometimes it begins quietly, with something as soft as a single breath. Something so simple, yet so full of possibility. You are not the same person you were yesterday, and with this breath, you are free to begin again. Even your body, your thoughts, your emotions, they have already shifted, and tomorrow you will not be the same as you are today. This is the quiet gift of being alive. You are in constant motion, always changing, always becoming. And as long as you are breathing, life is inviting you to step into the next version of yourself. So start your day with this truth. Not as a phrase to repeat mindlessly, but as a living wisdom to embody. Every breath, every moment, is a fresh chance, a quiet opening, a blank page. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are here, you are breathing, and that means you can begin again. We often underestimate the power hidden in quiet beginnings. The world teaches us to look for change in the loud, the dramatic, the grand. But real transformation lives in the soft places, in the stillness before the world fully wakes, in the gentle breath you take before the rush of the day begins. What you choose to say to yourself in those tender early moments can change not just your mood, but the entire trajectory of your day. And over time, it can change the shape of your life. These simple yet powerful truths, I can begin again, I am enough, this moment is new. They are not just words. They are anchors. They are roots. They are soft invitations to return to yourself, not with harsh demands, but with quiet peace. To remind yourself each morning that you are here, and that is enough. To walk gently, to move through the day with compassion for yourself, for others, for this fragile, beautiful world. And when the day feels heavy, when doubt creeps in, come back to the breath. Come back to the simple truth. You can begin again. To trust that emotions are guides, not rulers. To stop forcing life and instead allow what is meant for your soul to find its way to you. And to remember this, with every breath, you are being offered a new beginning. This is the heart of Buddhist wisdom, presence over perfection, stillness over struggle, peace over performance. And when you choose to live these truths, not just hear them, something shifts within you. You begin to carry a different energy into the world, calmer, clearer, quieter. An energy that doesn't shout, but still speaks volumes. So tomorrow morning, when your eyes open and the soft light touches your skin, take a deep breath. Not to rush, but to remember. You don't need to become someone new. You only need to return to who you already are beneath the noise, conscious, aware, kind, grounded, free. Let every sunrise be your gentle teacher. Let your breath be your sacred companion. Let your words be the seeds you plant in the garden of your mind. And when you forget, and you will, remember, you can always begin again, with one breath, with one thought, with one simple choice. Your morning words shape your entire life, so choose them with love.